my friends. Thank you so much for coming. I'm so happy you're here, and I hope that you're having a wonderful day, no matter where you are, no matter what time it is. So I wanted to help reveal to you the truth about motivation. So in my line of work and what I do, I talk to a lot of people, and motivation comes up a lot, right? It's usually related to health and fitness, but it can be other things as well, things that are good for them, things that will serve them, but they just can't find the motivation, right? And I think a huge part of the problem is this. People go looking for motivation as if it's a shirt that just needs to fit right? Like they're shopping in the motivation section and they just need to find the right size and the right color, okay? But that isn't what motivation is. This is something I've learned, and I've said, and if you think back and you realize, you'll understand, like, oh my gosh, she's totally right. Whenever I've said I'm motivated, I'm so motivated to fill in the blank, okay? That was because you were inspired and you took action. So motivation is actually the active part of your inspiration, okay? So to have motivation, you need to be inspired. Now, it doesn't have to be all fluffy and unicorns and rainbows. It doesn't need to be like that, okay? It's very simple, very basic, all right? So motivation is the action you take to get things done. If you do your dishes every day, you're motivated to do them. Maybe you say, well, I don't even like doing the dishes, but you do them. Why? You're motivated to. Well, what could I possibly be motivated by? Well, if you're anything like me, my motivation to do my dishes is that I don't like a dirty counter. I don't like the way it looks. I don't like the way it feels. Now, as I said, this is a simple example, but it's kind of the point, right? We think we need this giant motivation to do these wonderful things, or to do good things for ourselves, or to even make a difference in the world. But motivation is something you practice every day. And it is the action part of inspiration. So you are motivated, if you're like me, I am motivated, I should say, to do my dishes because it is aesthetically pleasing to me to have a clear counter. It sends my mind a message that, like, I've done good, right? It feels good. And so because I like the feeling of a clean counter, because that makes me feel good on the inside, I am motivated to do the dishes, okay? Another personal example, okay? I exercise 5 days a week at minimum. Sometimes 6, and more often now it's been 7 days a week. Now, I don't go all crazy all 7 days. On the weekends, I usually try to do something, stretch or something low impact, yoga, Pilates, something along those lines, not because I'm a freak and I gotta work out. It's not about that. It's because when I work out, when I spend time moving my body, right? Maybe breaking up a sweat. Is that the right word? Maybe breaking a sweat, or just really stretching my muscles out. It makes me feel good, okay? It makes my mind feel better. It makes my body feel better. And the mind part's huge. Like, I think I enjoy the mind benefit more than even the body. And of course, I love the benefit of feeling, I love feeling strong. I love feeling stretched out. I love feeling open. I love all of those feelings, but more so in my mind, I'm like, I am so proud of myself. Like, wow, I don't know. It just does something in my mind. And of course, exercise releases endorphins, right? So all of those things motivate me to work out. Now, I'm seeing a trend here that I wasn't even expecting. But so far, both of the examples I gave you had to do with it made me feel good, right? It made me feel good. So some people, the reason why they struggle so much with exercise, staying on top of their exercise, is they don't like the way it feels, right? They don't like, oh, hummingbird. They don't like the way it feels. It hurts. It's really challenging for them to the point where, they just want to fall over on the floor, right? So I understand that, and I've definitely experienced that many times. And just a side note, I do know that when you push past that, when you go past your point of I can't do anymore, that's where you're going to experience the greatness. That's where you're going to get to experience the good. That's where it comes in. You got to push past it. Side note, okay? That's the coach in me talking. But we are motivated to do things most of the time because it is going to make us feel good. Now, you probably don't think about that on a day-to-day basis, but when you dig down into the center, the core, why did I do that? Why do I spend time doing this? Why did I spend time doing that? Why do I do this every day? You'll find out your motivation at the bottom. You'll find out the core. And it's either going to be something that brings you a good result, something that makes you feel good, or the other side of it is that you're doing it for prevention. You're afraid, well, if I don't get these bills paid on time, then I'm going to have XYZ consequence. Creditors are going to be calling me, and my car might get taken away, or so those are like negative motivations, right? So you keep paying those bills. You find a way to pay those bills. You are motivated to pay those bills so that you don't have to experience the negative side effect from not paying them, right? So let's get it all concise here, right? Motivation is just inspired action. It's being inspired and then taking an action. So it doesn't need to be anything. Sometimes it's something very big and profound and, oh my gosh, my life has changed. I'm going to do this, right? Sometimes our inspiration's like that. Other times it's something really small, like what I just talked about. Keeping my dishes clean, paying my bills. Those are small things. Those aren't things that are too exciting, right? What I wanted to share with you is that you can be encouraged. You don't have to think, oh, well, I can never do that because I just don't have enough motivation. You have motivation. That's why you get up every day, okay? There are things that motivate you. So my challenge to you is make a list today, probably towards the end of the day when you're winding down, and think, okay, write down everything you did and think about, why did I do that? Why did I do that? Okay? Now, you might find things that are time wasters, and then you can say, oh, you know what? I'm going to get rid of this, and I'm going to put this in my life, and here's why, right? So you might find that you'll relieve more time, because sometimes we get stuck in patterns of, continuing being motivated to do a certain thing. It becomes a habit. The motivation is no longer there, and it was placed there by a past experience, a past belief, a past thought, and you might be able to free up some of your time, okay? So I would encourage you to make a list today. What did I do? Just write everything down, like you ate breakfast, you went to the bathroom, you did a workout, you drank water, you had a lunch date, whatever. Like, write down what you did today. Write down what you did in your business, your tasks, your job, whatever. I took the girls to school. I brushed and braided their hair. Write everything down and then think about, now, why did I do that? And if you have a good reason for doing it, it will make you feel good, right? You'll be like, oh, that's cool. Yeah, I'm glad I do that because this does make me feel good. I like making sure my girl's hair is brushed and looking pretty because it shows that I care about them, right? Like, I mean, and that's just my personal opinion. You don't have to match it or anything. But so in one way you're going to say, oh, that's cool. And now I know why I do that. And now I know why I spend time. And you know what? I'm happy about that. And I like that. And I'm going to keep doing it. And other things you may find like, oh my gosh, why do I do that? I don't like doing that. I don't even see the benefit, right? And it might be something that you do every single day that has just become a habit, which habits are great. But let's do good serving habits for ourselves, right? So if you might be able to find some things that, you know what, I don't need to do this anymore. Or I can delegate this to so-and-so or to such and such because they're good at it, they enjoy it, and I don't, right? So just by checking your list of to-dos and checking your motivation, you might even free up some time. So it's definitely worth your 10 minutes, towards the end of the day to sit down and go through this list. And I'm actually going to do it again today. I am going to do this today. Okay. And again, the other thing I was saying was, so don't label yourself as something, oh, I don't have any motivation. I'm not a motivated person. Like, oh, well, that's great. You can do that. You're a motivated person. No, everybody experiences motivation, and that's how we get anything done, because it's inspired action. Motivation is just action. We think it's something else, okay? We think it, like I said, like it's a label or a shirt that just needs to be the right size, and it's not in our size, so I guess we're out of luck, So, and the other part is this. We are motivated to do the things that are on our priority list. And that's the list that I'm talking about that I want you to write down. So if there's things on there that you're doing that are not a priority to you, I would challenge you to delegate those or cross them off and put something on your list that you've been putting off. You've been saying, I wish I could do this. Those are the ones that, I wish I could be this. I wish I could do that. I wish this, if only I had time, okay? Those things, put those on your priority list. And then you can put them at whatever number you want, but I can tell you this much. If it's a priority to you, you're going to do it. If it's a priority to you, you're going to have motivation, okay? The motivation will be there because motivation is just action. Okay, and so we can be inspired. We could be inspired to get motivated in something, right? Like, oh wow, you really motivated me to start working out again. I'm just gonna throw that one because it's easy. I inspired you because you saw that even though I have 2 kids, I don't really have that much space in my house to work out. I don't have a gym membership. I don't even have any fancy equipment, but yet I find time to work out every day. That inspired you because you thought, you know what? I don't have a gym membership. I don't have fancy equipment. I don't have that much room, but you know what? If she can do it, I can do it. Okay? And then you're motivated and you take action. Okay, so that is just something that has really been big on my mind the past few days, where I'm like, I keep hearing this issue with motivation. And so I thought, let's break it down. What is it? And motivation is inspired action. So you use motivation every day to get the stuff done on your lists, right? We all have lists, whether they're written or mental, and you do stuff every day. That is the stuff you're motivated to do. So if you want to shift that, if you want to be able to do other things and you just feel like you don't have the motivation, you need to just free up some time. and reprioritize your life. What really is important to you, you know? And again, for me, daily exercise is very important to me because it's going to help me today and it's going to help me in the future down the road. It's going to help, it's going to help me with prevention for health conditions. And so for me, that is my motivation. I know why I do it. And that's all you need for motivation. You just need to know why you want to do it. And knowing why is where you start. So anyways, I hope that you found this very helpful and inspirational to, make your own priority list. And I know if you're anything like me, the thought of sitting down to make a priority list is like, I don't have time for that. I don't have time for that. And, even today, I haven't done it yet, right? But, so I can relate is what I'm trying to say. I can relate. But here's the thing. You have to look at it this way. You don't have time to make a priority list, or do you not have time not to make a priority list, right? Like, are you just going to keep living this same way every single day where you're not really fulfilled and there's so many things that you hope eventually one day you might have time or energy for? Or are you going to take action, And that's really all it boils down to is action, taking action. That's it. So I hope that this serves you well. If you would like more videos like this, please subscribe, and I will provide the link for you within this video. And yeah, I hope that you have a wonderful day, and hopefully we'll talk soon. Take care.